Why, hello there everybody, hope you're all doing well, and I am talking about none other than Star Wars Outlaws, which of course is the new Star Wars game releasing on August 30th, and IGN released some brand new gameplay of a mission that Kay takes on with the Jawas. So she's on the planet of Tatooine, she speaks to the Jawas, and they send her off to a Sarlacc pit to retrieve a very special tooth, and in return, she will get a turret for her ship, the Trailblazer. Now, I'm going to talk about this footage, and there's some controversy from this latest footage. So, a lot of people have either liked the footage or they do not like this footage, and there's definitely a big mixed reaction to it, and I'm going to talk about this in this video. But first, I have to say that I was flown out to play Star Wars Outlaws, so I have to say this, that I cannot give my impressions on my actual experience with Star Wars Outlaws just yet. I'll be sharing that shortly on the channel with a brand new gameplay that I captured from the event, but I just wanted to note that I cannot give my personal impressions on the game just yet. So everything I say here will be based on the IGN first gameplay that they've recently released. So let's dive into it, shall we? So I'll be playing that footage from IGN in the background here, and feel free to leave a comment down below on how you feel about the footage. And we're going to jump over to this PC Gamer article who talked about the controversy surrounding this footage. So this is what PC Gamer said. They said, Ubisoft may not be having as much fun in the wake of the IGN first gameplay preview as it imagined either. A day after it went up on YouTube, the video has drawn 13,000 dislikes compared to just 8,000 likes. The reaction was swift and negative enough to get the attention of a Bank of America analyst who noted the relatively mixed reviews during a financial call today and asked whether Ubisoft might delay the game in response. And the article goes on to say the following: Ubisoft generally isn't shy about delaying games, even at the last minute. One of the many skull and bones delays, for instance, happened less than 2 months before its then scheduled launch date of November 8th, 2022, but Ubisoft says that's not going to happen with Star Wars Outlaws. The article then goes on to say the following and quotes CFO Frederick Duguet, who says this: the game has gone gold, so the date is well confirmed for August 30th. We'll shortly be seeing more content of very high quality and multiple hours that will really show the depths of the open world that is a key element of the promise to enjoy the exploration of the galaxy with multiple planets. So that should bode well for the game in terms of high quality delivery. End quote. So yeah, if you've watched the IGN gameplay and if you've watched all of the gameplay that Ubisoft has released so far, do you agree with that statement from Ubisoft? Do you think this game should be delayed, or do you think it should just receive a day one patch, or do you think it's fine with just the way it is? Let me know in the comments down below. Now the article then goes on to quote the Ubisoft CEO, who says the following: as we've said, also for Star Wars, the level of quality of the world and the experience is really very high. We are really leveraging our engine, and I think people will love it. End quote. So here's my opinion on this. I've always been impressed with the Snowdrop engine with Star Wars Outlaws. Now, concerning the gameplay we've seen released so far from Ubisoft and from IGN, I think a lot of it looks really good, but there are definitely some areas that I think could see some improvements. For instance, like the explosion effects, particle effects, stuff like that. Could definitely see some improvements. But when she's on her speeder bike traversing some of the worlds like Tashara and stuff like that, I've been genuinely impressed with that. And also many of the interior spaces look very detailed, and then also the space stations I think look awesome as well. So I think overall, for me personally, I think the game does look pretty darn good, with a mix there of some things that could definitely be improved, especially with some of the explosions and particle effects. So let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Once again, now there was some really cool stuff showcased in this gameplay with her blaster. You know, we got to see a new rapid fire mode for her blaster. I don't think we've seen this before, and for me personally, I think this is definitely going to be my favorite mode for her blaster for sure. I've always felt like in the gameplay we've seen so far, she needs a little bit more oomph and firepower to her blaster, if you will. So seeing this rapid fire mode definitely excites me in terms of her primary weapon. We also got to see her, of course, use a secondary grenade launcher here that she picks up, so she had access to some powerful weapons in this mission here. So overall, I felt like, the combat wasn't too bad, but again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, we also got some new details about the Moon of Tashara as well, including details on the Imperial bases. So some Imperial bases are actually quite large on the Tashara moon. And I'd have to say, from the footage and the concept art I've seen here, I cannot wait to go in and attack these bases and infiltrate these bases. It's going to be interesting to see, how the actual story narrative intertwines with these various Imperial bases, and just how big they are with their interior spaces once you get inside of them. I'm very curious about these locations. Now, also, they revealed that there's speed boosting wind tunnels on Tashara as well. So when you're on your speeder and you go through certain tunnels, you will get a significant speed boost due to the wind that gathers in those tunnels, because they revealed that the Moon of Tashara is actually a very windy place, and that's the reason why the main city area is tucked in this huge canyon area to protect that city from those high winds. I'm also curious to see if we get like dust storms in the future or anything like that on Tashara. So I'm excited for a lot of these locations. I cannot wait to explore Tashara, to explore Tatooine, to see these locations on her speeder and to go on these different missions. So let me know what you all think about it, and do you agree with the mixed reactions to the latest IGN First gameplay on Tatooine? Let me know what you think about that. But that's going to do it for the video, everybody. If you want to see more Star Wars Outlaws coverage from me right here on the channel, hit that like button. Again, I did get flown out to the Ubisoft event. I'm currently holding on to my gameplay, and I can't give any impressions of it just yet, but I will be releasing it on the channel in the very near future. So I will see you all next time. Take it easy, take care, and may the Force be with you always.